Grocery prices are soaring, Americans are suffering, and I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. Today, I read an article on CNBC.com written by Lori Knish titled 80% of Americans say grocery costs have notably increased since the pandemic started, survey finds. The author of this article referenced Intuit Credit Karma, who revealed that within the past few years, 80% of Americans say they felt a notable increase in the cost of groceries. Here are my thoughts. I have no doubt people get sticker shock when getting to the checkout aisle at the grocery store. There is definitely greedflation and shrinkflation here in America. It seems as though some companies are trying to see how far they can push prices until the consumer won't tolerate it anymore. Non-grocery retailers and fast food operators have noticed the American consumer is struggling, and they are rolling out value items in an attempt to get people to come back into their businesses. It's going to be interesting to see if major food companies follow suit. I'm afraid it may not happen the same way because they realize people need food to survive. My heart goes out to people with large families who are just barely hanging on financially. Getting back to the article, the author went on to say, grocery prices have risen 25% since the start of the pandemic. Some consumers have had to sacrifice necessities to afford food. 28% of people sacrificed other needs like rent or bills to pay for groceries, and 27% occasionally skipped meals. 18% have either applied for or are considering applying for food stamps, while 15% rely on or have considered turning to food banks. This is really sad information to be reporting about. It is unfortunate that people are skipping meals because of their personal financial situations. While there are some overweight people that some of you might say could benefit from skipping meals, I think about children in America. Their developing bodies need healthy food. I worry that some are not getting the nutrition that they need because their parents are struggling to afford food. I don't think turning to food banks is always the answer. Some of these facilities run out of food quickly because of demand. But hey, our economy is booming if you are to believe the mainstream media and some politicians. While some Americans are wealthier than ever, there are others who are struggling financially and they are losing hope. The author reported that 51% of consumers have seen increases in gasoline prices. 39% have seen increases in other bills like cable, electricity, and internet. 27% said housing costs have gone up, and 27% said dining costs have risen. Out of all of those, housing is what concerns me the most. The American dream of home ownership is all but dead for some people. You can point fingers and blame whoever you would like. I'm sure some of you might blame this on the Fed because they kept rates artificially low for too long. Or you could blame Wall Street funds that are buying up housing. Or you could blame the government for injecting trillions of dollars into the economy, driving up the cost of just about everything, including housing. For those who stand little chance of buying a home, they are slowly being priced out of renting one. Rent has skyrocketed in recent years. When I drive through lower-end neighborhoods, it's very difficult to get down the streets because there are so many cars. It's clear that multiple generations are living in these homes. I think this is going to become a lot more commonplace moving forward. Fewer and fewer people are going to be able to afford housing on their own. The sad thing about this is when people don't become homeowners, they are going to potentially lose out on the opportunity to build equity and benefit from price appreciation over the long term. Real estate can be a great way to build wealth. There will be countless individuals who will remain renters for the majority of their lives. Some of these people are going to get stuck in a paycheck-to-paycheck cycle due to high rents, and they will have a difficult time building wealth through investments other than real estate. They simply won't have the extra cash left over after each payroll cycle. Unless they inherit money when they get older, some will find it difficult to ever retire because Social Security won't provide enough money to cover the cost of their rent. Forget about groceries, car expenses, a cell phone bill, or entertainment. When I start thinking about all of this, it reminds me of people living in Potter's Field in the Wonderful Life movie. These slums are where a lot of people in Bedford Falls lived, while Henry F. Potter, the richest and meanest man in town, controlled most of the wealth. It's not much different than what we are experiencing today. More and more billionaires are minted each year, while countless people suffer. Welcome to the new reality. I don't see it changing anytime soon. The elite have too much power and influence. We are living in a new Gilded Age. What do you think about all of this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. At times, I feel as though I'm living in the Twilight Zone. That's the feeling I got when I read this next article. I read this piece on ZeroHedge.com written by Tyler Durden, likely a pseudonym for writers on Zero Hedge, titled, "It's Just Not Right. Major venues now punishing people for using cash versus plastic." According to the author, fans heading to Yankee Stadium, hoping to pay in cash at the iconic ballpark for their favorite concessions, have been thrown a curveball. Go cashless or pay extra. The author referenced a New Yorker who ordered some popcorn and soda. He was directed to go to a reverse ATM. He inserted $200 in cash, and he got a debit card with $196.50 on it. He was charged a $3.50 service fee for the convenience of going cash-free. Here are my thoughts. This is messed up. This is America, and dollars are legal tender. They should be accepted everywhere, in my opinion. Americans shouldn't stand for these types of business practices. What these companies are doing is similar to what casinos do. You exchange your cash for chips. Then, people don't feel like they are gambling with real money since they are holding chips. I'm sure people at the ballpark may be more likely to spend freely on food and drinks when it's just taken off a debit card. The only difference is casinos aren't charging a service fee for exchanging cash for chips. I never thought casinos would be more fair than other businesses. What reality are we living in? Please answer that question in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.